So this is the second half of my project. This is going to be the return from the sump to the tank, and it's going to sit in the center of the tank. That orange and purple stuff is actually sealant that I went ahead and glued. I'm going to glue all the joints that are outside of the tank, everything that's not submersed in water, just to make totally sure that it's not leaking or anything. And then I went ahead and bought some spray paint. I bought some more of the blue spray paint that we used for the back of the tank, and then I just bought some cheap, like a 97-cent can of black glossy spray paint, which is going to go on all the parts that are outside of the tank, so that it matches with our light hood and our trim and all that, and so that it doesn't look out of place. I'll show you how I didn't glue this joint yet, but I'll show you how it's going to sit. Again, this is just the sump, but it's just going to sit like so. And then the next thing I'm going to do is drill holes kind of around here and then around here, so that the water is spraying into the tank at an angle, and hopefully it's giving some nice movement all around. I've seen spray bars. Most often I've seen them on the left here or on the right. Drop it in a second. Oh, got it. But I'm gonna try and do it in the center. If not, no harm, no foul. I'll just cut a new piece of PVC here. This is 7.5 inches, and I can just modify it to go back on the left over here. So that's it for now. So these are the products I used for the PVC. It's called OD Purple Primer and OD CPVC Cement. OD is the brand. Basically what you do, each one of the cans has a little swabby thing like this, and you just swish it on the inside and the outside of the joint that you want. First you start with the purple, both the inside and outside. Then you go with the orange, the cement, both the inside and outside. Then it wants you to give it a 1/4 turn, so from like 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, or excuse me, 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then it's going to set. It sets super fast. It works pretty well. Nice watertight seal, so long as you put enough on it. And that's what I used. Okay, so this is the test run of the spray bar. What I did was I just drilled some holes all the way down, and I kind of tried to taper them so they would vary up the water flow. Looks pretty good. So here's our spray bar, all done. The tank's kind of dirty in there, don't look. So this is just going to sit here. It's going to sit in the center, but I don't want to take everything off. I kind of measured everything to the tank. This joint is going to be just barely, that joint is what I'm referring to. It's going to be just barely above actually touching this. And then down there I'm probably going to attach some sort of piping, some sort of tubing, flexible tubing, to just kind of lay into the sump. I might add another piece and make an L going downwards, I don't know. And then I just added a ball valve here. Don't really need it on this piece. I'm also going to add one on the overflow. The overflow one is more important because you're going to want to be able to turn that off. This piece shouldn't really have too much back siphon ability because of the fact that we have these holes here. So as soon as power goes off, blah blah blah, as soon as the water level reaches below one of those lines, the back siphon done, over with, and it's not going to be able to do anything. I'm not super worried about it though, but I figured while I was working on it, it's another $3. I just threw the valve on there. The overflow is going to be a bit under this, so the overflow is going to keep going. If power does go off, the overflow is going to keep going well after this loses back siphon pressure. So here's the overflow. It's missing a piece because I haven't spray painted that yet. That piece is going to be spray painted blue like inside the tank. And then here's the spray bar, same thing, going to be spray painted blue, the piece that's missing. I just wanted to show you. Looks pretty good. For some reason, I just bought the cheap black paint, and for some reason there are little parts that have nicks. Well, not nicks, but the paint just wouldn't stick. This is the whole can on these two lengths with PVC, so whatever, I might Sharpie that in with a black Sharpie just so you can't see it from far away. But overall, it looks pretty good in my opinion. So I did all the spray painting outside, obviously not here, but this is my ghetto drying method. That is the intake for the overflow, and that is the spray bar with the holes drilled in it. Looking back, I kind of do wish that I had used this same stuff. I used the Krylon blue that IPSF.com recommended. It's the Krylon for plastics. Pretty expensive. It's like $4.50 a can after tax. Whereas the other cheapy Walmart black stuff that I already showed you guys was like 97 cents a can. Sorry, washer's still going there. But it sticks real well. I mean, this is only, I used maybe a fifth or a sixth of the can all together on these two tubes. They are smaller, but I had to use the whole can on the longer tubes, and I had to spot check it with some Sharpie just so it didn't look splotchy, because that stuff just didn't want to stick that well to the PVC. But this stuff sticks really well. This stuff's also really dry. 5 or so hours after doing the PVC with the black, it was still kind of tacky. It was mostly dry, but it was still kind of getting, when you touched it, you could totally feel that it's tacky. This morning it's dry. This stuff is already about as tacky as the blacks after I just brought them in maybe 5 minutes ago, and this stuff's already as tacky as the black stuff was 5 hours in. And like I said, this is 5 to 10 minutes in. It's supposed to dry within 15 minutes, so I'm just going to kind of leave them hanging out here for the rest of the day. I got no reason to clean up. Girlfriend's going to be gone for the rest of the day working, so I can just leave these hanging out, and they should be totally dry by the evening, and then I'll get a picture of the total final product all put together, maybe even in the tank. Alright then, this is what the finished product looks like. This is going to be the spray bar, the return. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The blue is going to be the portion that's in the tank, and the black, like I said, is the kind of what's outside the tank. And then here is the overflow. Also looks pretty good, I think. And then that's just plumbing. I'll probably cut that. I'm going to be adding some white PVC, I think, to that. That's going to actually go into the sump, but you know, you can't really see that unless you're looking under the tank and opening the doors, which that doesn't really matter. So all the visible plumbing is color coded, or whatever you want to call it. Let's walk over here. Pardon the mess down here, but this is gonna sit in just like that, and then all that's gonna be behind it. Actually, it's gonna be turned a little bit, but you know, you kind of get the picture. So everything matches up super nice. This overflow, or the hang on the back filter, is gonna be changed. That's gonna be going in the sump. I might actually get a bigger one, or you know, maybe one of the same size, and then I'll run two. I don't know yet. So it looks really super nice. I'm pretty excited and pretty happy that I took my time with doing this thing, so it could look really pretty.